amazing people out there. Welcome to tonight's YouTube Live. My name is Elizabeth Giles, and I am coming to you live from the Stampin' Unicorns Craft Room here in Marshfield, Wisconsin. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator of over 20 years. I know, I don't look it. And I love to come on here and share cards, share specials, share all sorts of things with you. Hello, Joanne. So make sure that you comment and you like this video, and we're going to have some fun tonight. We have quite a bit to chit chat about. Hello, Kathy Lesson. I have some winners to announce from previous weeks. And then I was going to show you guys my scrapbook pages, but I think I left them on the table. But I can always grab them too. Hello, Sean. Long time no see. Yeah, so today in Wisconsin, kind of a rainy day here in Marshfield. Hello, Vera. It was very, very muggy, so I had to close the windows and turn on the air. I was afraid that my paper was gonna wilt over on me. Plus, I was a little crazy and stayed up until 1 a.m. our time so that I could place my BOGO order with Stampin' Up. Hello, Nanette. So yeah, just a smidge crazy. To which at like 1:04, I'm like busy, like putting in my order and stuff, and I look up and Brian is standing in my doorway, like peeking around the corner, scared me to death. He goes, well, I just woke up to go to the bathroom and noticed you weren't there and wanted to see what you were up to. Because he knows that I can just like keep going and keep going and keep going. Hello, Kathy Wenzel. Thank you. I appreciate the like. We are always trying to get to 30 likes. One day, maybe we'll do it. So 30 likes will get us a $15 gift certificate that I will give away. And you have to say that you liked it because it doesn't tell me who has liked it. So if you like it, then make sure you comment that you liked it so that I can put your name in for that drawing when we get it, right? Yes, thank you, Kathy Larson. I appreciate it. That's all I can say. You know, it's a little fun. It's a little game. I love giving things away, right? So speaking of giving things away, I have 2 winners for cloud cover ink pads from the last 2 weeks. And those winners are, drumroll please, Lori Panzer and Sharon Shizik. So, I think I'll see Sharon tomorrow night. I don't know. I don't think Lori signed up for class tomorrow night, but I will get you these. One is opened and one is not. I bought 5 of them just to see how they went. And you know, I personally like the big ink pads because they stack. So I'm like, it's a gamble. It's a risk. And I think it was stamping just fine for what I'll use it for. You know, so why not? Hello. All right. And then I have a card winner from last week. Hello, Chris with a K. So last week we did this card. Ooh, there is some shimmer on there. And the person who won this card last week is Michelle Davis. Michelle, I think I have your address, but if you can just shoot me a message to confirm, that would be great. Yeah, just, you know, you don't know if people move and I don't want to send it to the wrong spot. So congrats. I think that's everything I had to give away. You know me. If I forgot something, just yell at me and let me know. But yeah. So lots of stuff going on. I think we will just discuss some of those things right now, just to get it out of the way. The next event I have is tomorrow night, but that is filled. It's stamp camp. So we have 11 people or 10 or 11 people coming. And that is awesome. We got some newbies coming. So I'm super excited for that. And then the event after that is my bingo, y'all. A bingo. So the Unicorn Bingo Bash. Woo! And that is, so it costs $60. You bring your own adhesive, $65 if I provide adhesive. You get 6 projects. We will play bingo. If you are in person, you will also get supper because it is June 14th, so next Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. And I'm very excited for this. It's the first time I'm having it in the evening, and I thought we could have a little cocktail, just it's going to be more relaxed, I feel, on a Saturday evening. We will play bingo, and that is based on the number of people that sign up. And right now, with it being the BOGO sale, which I will talk about, I can definitely give some great prizes because we can do BOGO on some things. So 6 projects. There will be YouTube videos on how to do the projects in case you're not in person. If you want an extra set of projects, it's only an additional $12. And you do need to RSVP to me by Wednesday, right? Because I got to order this stuff. But yeah, it's going to be great. And yeah, caring is sharing. So the number of bingo games we play is determined on how many people sign up. Same with the prizes, right? But if I have 5 people sign up, we'll probably play 5 games of bingo or 4 games of bingo, and then somebody gets the leftover prize. But just lots of fun. So that, again, is Saturday, June 14th. If you are not able to make it that evening, you can do the to-go. You will still be eligible for bingo. So we can chat about that later. But for $60, you're going to get like $30 worth of product from me. Those projects, I mean, it is a good deal. A great deal. And then my next kind of big event after that is Christmas in July, which there's a lot of information for that, but it is the last Saturday in July. You can just come and chill for the day for $15, or you can stay and play, and I have lots of different classes for that. So definitely look on my Facebook page for all of those details. All right, I'm going to talk about the BOGO sale now. If you haven't heard about it yet, I mean, you must be living under a rock. So let me know if you've ordered from the BOGO sale today. I'm just going to talk about it very briefly. I did post a video yesterday that will have more in-depth information on it, but basically it is a sweet sale. So sweet as in yummy sweet, and then the other sweet is like our sweet collections, like right here where it says sweet collections, and sale, obviously, because it's a sale. So it is a BOGO. So you buy one, you get one half price, which means you can buy a whole sweet collection, pair it with another sweet collection, and get quite a steal. So let me just, like this sweet collection here on page 40 is $122. Okay, you get 2 stamp sets, 2 die bundles, paper, all of the embellishments, good stuff. You could pair that with this other suite that also has 2 stamp sets, the Beautiful Gallery, 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, all of that good stuff, which is $140. So you would pay for the most expensive one first, right? $140. And then the $122 will be half price. But I got to warn you, if you throw anything else on there, because it also includes the individual items as well. So if you put on like another pack of this paper, that paper is going to be half price because that's a lesser item. So Kathy just posted that she placed her first order this morning. And what I'm saying is definitely place at least 2 orders. If you want any of the bigger items, whether it's a whole suite or a bundle, and guess what? You get the 10% discount on the bundle plus the half. So win-win, win-win. So you definitely want to do 2 separate orders. And I know people are like, well, shipping is, then I have to pay for shipping twice. Well, Stampin' Up does a straight across the board 11% shipping, unless it's a minimal order. But you're doing BOGO here. Like, if you're going to order under $80, the BOGO will probably eat what you would make on the shipping, or not on the shipping. No, you would still make out ahead, even if you had to pay the $7.95 minimum. So I say order twice, order a few extra things. It doesn't all have to be the BOGO items. You can order, we have 2 new kits that dropped today. So you could do those, or like, I don't know, an ink pad that you're missing, or some paper, or anything else. It doesn't have to be the suites. And this also includes past suites. So suites from last annual catalog that are still hanging out there, suites from the mini, online exclusive suites. If you're a demonstrator, online exclusives drop today for next month, because we get a pre-order. That's special, right? Yeah, Sean did get a great deal. She sent me a screenshot of it. It was wonderful. And speaking of that, you can use your rewards on it. Plus, you earn rewards on it. So, oh my goodness, there's so many. You cannot go wrong with this sale unless you order a whole suite and then pair it with like an accessory. That would do you dirty. But check out my video that I posted yesterday. I did a Facebook Live, but then I uploaded it to YouTube. So definitely check that out if you want exactly what I would do. And I walk you through how to find that on the customer website, all of the things. So, yeah, exactly, Vera. Ended up with 2 orders. Love it. Love it. So I cannot wait. I wish that there was an option to just like tell Stampin' Up, hey, I placed 4 orders this morning, but you can just throw it all in one box. I have a demonstrator event coming up at the end of the month. So I was very strategic with what I purchased, so that I could get the best deals at each level. So I did like an accessories like ribbon and embellishments. Then I did regular designer series paper. Then I did specialty designer series paper along with the virtual album retreat, which I'll talk about here too. And then I did my 2 suites that I bought, the whole collection. So Liz spent some money. Anybody got a money tree happening? But you got to spend money to make money. That's what they say, at least. Okay, enough of that. But if you have any questions regarding the BOGO sale, I'm here. Send me a message. I will, like, you can say, hey, I'm thinking about ordering this. What is the best way to do this? And I got you. Like, you could literally put everything in your cart, take a screenshot of your cart and send it to me, and I will be like, this is your best way to do that. Numbers are my game. Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip down. We will talk about this virtual album retreat, and then we will get into our first card of the night. I do have 2 cards coming up here, but we'll get into the first card of the night. And then I will also get out my scrapbook pages and share those with you that I completed, and then tell you the Horse of Course story. So you got to stick around to the end for that. But for now, I'm going to get you guys turned around looking at my messy desk. Let me tell you, I just have enough room here to craft. Not going to lie. I'm busy. And then we will go forth. So I'm going to point you up at the ceiling first, and then flip my camera, which if you guys have been with me, you will know it takes my phone 2 times on the YouTube to flip my camera. So I just got to try doing it twice. There we are. Okay. And I'm going to just scoot you guys out a little bit so we don't hit this end piece. Awesome sauce. So the virtual album retreat, so it's not all virtual. Well, it is, but it's not. Like these are physical pages and things that you will get. So everything for each month, so it's 12 months, right? You don't have to put the months on there if you don't want to, but you will get a plastic container or plastic container. Oh my gosh, Liz, use your words. A plastic Ziploc bag that will have all these pieces already cut for you and in its own bag for that month, right? And then February will have its own baggie and so forth. So for $250, and I know what you're thinking, that is a huge price point, but you are going to get 12 sets of scrapbook pages, 24 pages. So if we're doing the math really quickly, that's just a little over $10 a page, and everything is done for you. So all of these pieces here, like everything's going to be all good for you. You also get, I believe it was 4 stamp sets, which I will post more about this. Like I said, I just ordered mine today. But if you cannot attend, which I'm going to be camping, I'm not attending the actual thing. It's all recorded. You will also get PDF instructions on how to complete all this. So it really is just a self-service thing. And I just cannot wait to see what it's all going to be like. I am really loving our current kits. So this to me is just going to be an easy peasy, lemon squeezy way for me to continue on my scrapbooking journey. All right, who is ready to do a card? We're going to do this birthday card here. This was at my Card-O-Rama class this last weekend. And let me tell you, we had a wonderful time. So the Card-O-Rama is a new event I am doing. And basically, I prepped 12 different cards. Now, this prepping is a little bit different than my normal classes. Everyone who came had to do their own embossing and their own die cutting or punching. So there was this little note. So this is all the pieces were in the tote. And then I had a little thing here, just right like that. And then the card was like in here, right? So people could see it. And you just got that right on the tub and followed the instructions. So super easy, I thought. I feel like those that attended had a wonderful time. It was 3 hours of crafting. Most people got, I don't know, like 12 to 17 cards done. So for $40, that was really, really worth it. So these were the card packets for this one. And you could do 2 cards at a time. So you could work on two at a time, which is what I'm going to do tonight, because why not? I had all the dies in the containers, and all of the embossing folders, everything was right in the container, ready to go. For this event, I am hoping that it gets bigger, and I'm going to do another one in August. And if we get like 7 to 8 people, well, at least, yeah, 7 people would push me to have it in a different facility probably than at my house. But it was really, really good. So this is just a standard thick white card base that we're doing here. And I don't know, like at first, I feel like the ladies that were attending felt a little like they were going to be rushed into things, but I hope that overall they felt like it went well. Those of you who are on, definitely feel free to comment your feelings, all positive, I hope. But we did really kind of keep things moving. It is hard to sit there for 3 hours. So some of them would take a little break and just chill, right? Because that's what we want to do, is chill. The happy birthday, I'm trying to look for the stamp set that this is out of. But I must have it in another thing. Yeah, I must have it in another card. But we're just going to stamp happy birthday in the awesome blueberry bushel. Right on here. I like to do my stamping first, right? And then we have a star in here. My husband's home and I can hear his little like weird laugh. I don't know who he's talking to, but just craziness. So remember, like when you're doing your stamping, you don't need multiple ink pads. You can just keep stamping without re-inking. We're going to do that on the inside here as well. Just right across. So some people call this first string. So first string stamping would be where you ink and then stamp. And then the next one is second and then third, right? That makes sense? So first string, second, third, first. Okay, I think that's all of our stamping. The paper is really the star of this card. And this paper is a carryover product. There's so many different patterns to it. I'll have to make sure to show you guys that here. Just gonna clean this off. And then this stamp set also comes with like different shapes. There's hearts, all sorts of different coordinating ones. Because there's like a thank you and something else that I can't think of at the moment. I'm sure somebody knows. Let me find this paper pack real quick. This is my DSP samplers. We are going to be working on this weekend, so everything's going to be up to date. This might be one that we have to do, actually. I don't see it. Okay, let me just grab the paper itself. It's a 6x6 paper pack. Ooh. Here I thought I was on top of it. Or is it retiring? Maybe that's what it is. Because these cards were, oh yeah, it must be retiring. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, hold on. Here it is. Found it. It's in my retiring pack. So, you can still order this. It's on the last chance list. So, these are a ton of the different designs. Well, these are the designs that I cut for this pack. The back side is kind of not, some of them are vibrant, some of them aren't, but I love how it's just got the tones, the wash. So lots of good stuff in this paper pack. It is called Bright and Beautiful. So it's probably on a discount right now, honestly. Let's see if it's on this list. Nope, it was already off. Okay. So take a look for that paper pack, because you'll definitely want to add that and get these beautiful colors. I mean, the stars, they just worked perfectly with everything here. Okay, next we're going to die cut our happy birthday out. And we are using this awesome hexagon, or 2, 4, 6, octagon, but not, it's an elongated octagon to cut that out. And this card too, like there's so many different colors in that paper pack that you can absolutely make it, you know, coordinate any which way. That's what's really nice when you have all these coordinating inks and stamp sets, that you could literally pick any other colors to go with it and it would be perfect. there's that. Now next we have to do the embossing folder. And this is a 3D embossing folder. So I'm just going to grab my other plate. So when you have your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, plate 1 tells you how to line things up. So we're just going to use plate 1 and plate 4. Our paper is going to go in here. Cardorama was fun. I felt nervous and rushed because you want to get as many done. Yeah, then you all settled down, right? It was kind of nice. It really was. I think we had a wonderful group of people too. And having the option of 12 different cards, you typically weren't waiting on somebody else. There was a couple of times that the most awesome, fabulous cards we wanted to make sure to get done. But look at all of that design in there. But yeah, other than that, it really did work out super well. And I was like your guys' servant. I was getting you guys the buckets, making sure that you kept going. All right. This guy here has, if we look at our original, it has the ribbon tied all the way around it. We're going to do our ribbon tie trick, which means that we use a tube. Now these tubes work perfect. They're the little spritzers, but honestly, oops, that one did have water in it. Honestly, most of mine don't have anything in them, and I use them just to tie my ribbon around. So if you haven't seen this trick before, I am super surprised because I do it all the time. But you're going to take your ribbon and you're going to tie 1 and then 2. So 2 knots. The second one, when you pull it tight, just make sure that you are pulling it so that you have like a cross. You know, I say it's perpendicular, 90-degree angle. And you're pulling it right like that. And then you slide that off. And this loop is where you are going to cut your ribbon at an angle. Whew. And then you get this perfect little knot. And so this is going to go like that on my card. So I'm going to snip this off. And that will get tied around there. And then do one more because we're making 2 cards. And we're going to give both of these away. I think we will give one of them away to whoever's live right now. And then anyone who comments live or afterwards, we will give another one away. Because why not? You guys know I love giving stuff away. So again, a double knot, pulled it straight across, coming off, and then we just snip it. My scissors need to be sharpened. There we go. And voila. And then that one will go on that card. Boom. So if you needed it to be more in the middle of your card, then you would just have a longer beginning tail, if that makes sense. Okay. Woohoo! Now it's time for assembly already. I'm going to grab my green glue and put this extra piece in the middle. You guys know I love to try using up all of the DSP and not have these straggling pieces. So why not decorate it up just a smidge? Now here we are going to use, we're going to add this piece first, and that will kind of stiffen up our DSP as well. And that just is getting added at an angle. And now we're adding this guy. Where did my tape runner go? I don't know where my tape runner is. So we're just going to use sticky tape. That works great too. We get all of these sticky tapes in how many of our kits. And I always just use a tape runner typically, but look, now we can use this. It's Terran tape, so it's super, super easy to use. And I'm just going to line that Terran tape up right in here. So it's a double-sided, really, really sticky tape. Like when you're making boxes and that kind of stuff, this is the tape you want to use. I don't know if you guys have a favorite adhesive that you like or whatnot, but this sticky tape, it is super amazing. And it will not come off. Like where you want it, you want it. Okay. So that worked out really well. And then we will use our green glue to add this to our card base. Woo! And lastly, we're going to use dimensionals to add this guy. I have tons of dimensionals sitting over here. I shouldn't say lastly, because we got some jummies to add too. Right? I love this iridescent ribbon. It just brings out whatever colors you're playing with on your card. And then we also have these iridescent faceted gems. I don't know how I could live without these anymore. So there are multiple sizes. I'm just out of them on this sheet, so I'm just going to put the big sizes on here. It will be okay. Put one there and another one there. So this is our finished card. Ooh la la. I'm going to finish up this other one real quick. And then I will show you one that has a different pattern on it. Because with these 6x6 paper packs, it's a little harder like to cut paper for cards, I feel. I feel like with the 12x12, I can cut a 4-inch by 5.5, and I get a little bit more out of it. But the 6x6 pre-cut, it's just not as swell. Okay, what are you guys thinking? You're awfully quiet here now. Maybe I should ask you, what is your favorite item in the sweets right now? Because that's right, that's the sweet sale. So you tell me, or your favorite sweet altogether. I'd love to hear what other people say, because it just may not always be my cup of tea, right? I can tell you that one of the brand new sweets I ordered has holographic stuff in it, and I can't wait for that, because if I like this iridescent ribbon, I should really love the holographic stuff, right? Okay. Let's see. Almost done with this second one. All right. And pop this up. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. This one's going to be a little more offset, and that's okay. And embellishments. I swear I would lose my head if it wasn't attached some days. Now this one's going to get a bonus embellishment because I have 4 on here, and I'm not going to just leave 1 on there. So let's see. We'll just add 1 up in that corner. All right. Here we go. These are 2 of the cards. And then I will show you the other one. with the other pattern. So this one's a little bit more colorful. Same design. Oops. Same inside. You can see how when you use a different pattern, how striking it is. Okay. If you want your chance to win one of these cards at the end of the night here, comment star and I will enter you in to win. So we will draw these after I finish my next card. Okay, so comment star if you want your chance to win one of those cards. And then the other one will give away next Tuesday from the rest of the comments that are either live or replays. Okay, so give you guys a little bit of an extra advantage for joining me live, for chatting with me. I really do like that. I don't usually just sit here and talk to myself. So, okay. The next card is, I don't think I'm going to show you the next card ahead of time. I want you guys to be amazed by it for sure. Okay. So this was a stamp camp card, but it was like last stamp camp. So even if you came, you might not remember. So for my stamp camp classes and all of my other typical classes, I will do any embossing and pre-cut die cutting that I can. If there is something to be stamped and then punched, you have to do that, right? So I'm going to show you this. I think it is totally cool. It uses two colors, which when we were just talking about that new Halloween suite that's coming, these colors, I love purple and orange together for Halloween. I don't know about you guys, but it is one of my faves. So, okay, we are using some blending brushes, and then we are using the this stamp set, which I absolutely love. If you do not have this in your cart, I would recommend it. It's called The Right Words, and it's just got a little bit of everything. So definitely take a look at this. It has the inside and outside, all of that good jazz. Okay. So, we are making this. You will be oohed and awed, hopefully, by this card. I'm going to try just zooming in a little bit. Yes, so you can see the details. Okay. I think I figured out the zoom on YouTube. Like I have to hold my fingers down to my phone and then zoom in and keep my fingers on my phone. So hopefully. But then it also does make my phone go a little wonky. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do on our piece of basic white, I will measure this for you guys so you know the measurements if you want to recreate this. It is 3 1/4 inches by 4 1/2 inches. Okay. And then I ran it through the embossing folder. These embossing folders, they're a duo embossing folder. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Embossing folders. Where do you live? Probably too far. Oh, that's punches, dies. Here we go. Oh, it's not in here. It must be an online exclusive. Shoot nuggets. Okay, well, you get 2 embossing folders. They're the 3-inch ones, and one of them does this cool pattern here. And I don't know where the other one is, otherwise I would show you. But we're going to start with Timid Tiger first. This is one of our brand new in colors. It is kind of like it's a muted orange almost. I mean, really awesome. And then we're taking one of the blending brushes. And we are taking a scrap piece of paper. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is go over, and I always start where I want my dark side closest to me. And we're going to go right over it. Now we're going to do like an ombre effect. And everything's getting colored in. So just keep going. And really light on the edge. right? Because it's ombre. It's really dark and then goes to light. Okay, I think that's probably good. That's what it looks like. Hello, Tina. All right, so Timid Tiger, I'm just gonna make sure. Yeah, there we go. All right, now the next color we're going to do is Gorgeous Grape. And I know what you're thinking. Liz, that's not Gorgeous Grape paper, that's Blackberry Bliss. Well, let me tell you, when you overlap Gorgeous Grape on Timid Tiger, it's Blackberry Bliss, and I am not fooling ya. Not fooling ya. Okay, so Gorgeous Grape, right? If we didn't go over it, it would be like this color, right? That is definitely not Blackberry Bliss. But over this one, oh my goodness, look at this. That is Blackberry Bliss. And I wasn't really even trying to get this color. I thought Gorgeous Grape and Timid Tiger would look great. But let me tell you, Blackberry Bliss and Timid Tiger looks amazing. Look at that. OMG. Right? That is Blackberry Bliss. See? Gorgeous Grape, Blackberry Bliss. Ah! I know. Okay, so this is our little ombre piece. Doesn't that look so stinking cute? All right, before I close my ink pad, though, I am going to stamp my sentiment. My outside sentiment. Wow is right. That is the correct reaction you should be having to that. We're gonna stamp, and then we also have to do our inside saying. Just looking. Okay, inside saying, inside. Okay, I lost my piece of paper, or my thing. The inside saying is also getting stamped in Gorgeous Grape, because you can't really tell on there. Those words are, you know, it's going to be fine. But we're going to add a little bit of orange just to bring the color in there. And then around here, just to make our inside a little something, something. Just a nice light hand. Notice I'm not re-inking it at all. We don't want big globs of ink, right? There we go. So that's our funky dunky inside. Let's just put these colors away so I don't get the ink anywhere. And then remember, if you haven't commented star, because I'm going to draw for these right after I'm done with that one, comment star to win one of those. Those can stay there. Okay, where's my bone folder? These are going to get adhered together. Woo! 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 Oh my gosh. Becky, look at that. It is so great. All right, next we are going to do our ribbon tie trick again, which, where did I just put that? Here it is. Okay. We will tie this in a double knot. Now, if you are not familiar with this ribbon, this is an online exclusive ribbon. It is white, and it is called White Lint ribbon. So it has kind of this fineness to it. Super nice. I love white ribbons because you can literally make them any color you want. You can just use our Stampin' Blends and this white ribbon becomes blue or black or green or literally any color that you have with your Stampin' Blends. Now, I do not have the sharpest scissors out, but ooh, that worked. Okay. And again, we will use our tear and tape to keep that down. Right about there. This time I'm going to put the tear and tape this way. Since I'm putting this up on dimensionals, I don't want that tear and tape to kind of stick to my card base, right? Because if you push down on the front of the card, then it would go into your card base. So I want as much of that tear and tape covered up as possible. That's nice and strong there. Woo! Okay. This is going to get popped up. Where are my large dimensionals? Here they are. And nobody likes a saggy middle. We got to make sure we've got our middle popped up. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my goodness. Get off. Okay, this is going to get centered on our card front. Then our sentiment is going to get punched out with a modern oval. I don't know. Nobody mentioned anything, Tina. On which video this morning? The one for my downline and Unicorns Unite? Okay. I don't know if I did another video this morning. But anyhow, you have to let me know. Shoot me a message which one it is. You guys, I can't believe you didn't tell me. I mean, before right now. Okay. So there we go. Forever you are loved. And then lastly, we are going to add some purple fine shimmer gems. And so in these gems, there's 3 different colors: Blackberry Bliss, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather. So we are grabbing these Blackberry Bliss, and I have 3 of them right there. So we are going to use those 3 up. Okay, sounds good, ladies. I'm not entirely sure. Facebook, which is one of the reasons why I stopped using them too. Facebook likes to tell me that my connection is slow and all that kind of stuff. So I know several people have issues with it. But yeah, I think you should be good. So, okay, here we go. So here is the second card. All right. So that is the original one. You can see like a slight variance in my coloring, but otherwise I was just astounded again that changed colors like that, right? So you could absolutely do this card, you know, for any color. And again, that those sentiments, like there's birthdays, all sorts of stuff in there if you have a wedding coming up. So you could customize it to the colors of those particular people and their events. Glue. Okay, so I am going to give you guys one last chance to comment star, and then we will give these away. I'm going to just run out to the table and grab my scrapbook pages so I can share those with you. So, una momento. Do, 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 do. Okay, I am back in here. We will look at the comments to see who all commented, and then we will draw a winner. All right, where's a scrap piece of paper? I have a ton of them. Boom. And then since there's like a slight delay after I write the names, I just want to make sure I get everybody. Kathy, Wenzel, Tina. Let me scroll up. So I only had one person tell me what their favorite sweet was, or products in the sweets. Kathy, Larson, Joanne, Chris, Sean. Okay. And if you are watching this on the replay, I will draw that next Tuesday. Beautiful. Okay, I think I got everybody. But I will give one moment. So that's everybody who commented star on the live video. So I had my, these are Stampin' Up! Paper snips, and I had a friend epoxy them. And it's interesting. Like some of them, the epoxy was a little too thick, so they don't close all the way. But I feel like grabbing them and using them is a lot easier. Okay, we will give that a moment, and I will get out. I'm gonna zoom back out. Woo. Okay, because we have the scrapbooking pages here. Okay, nobody else has commented. We'll use my garbage pail. Just gotta dump out the top things. Okay. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Let's see. All right. Kathy Wenzel, congratulations. Okay. I will set one aside for you, and then everybody else's names will stay in here for next week, and I will draw them then. Super duper. Sean does not like the tote sweet. Yes. Okay, so Kathy, I'm just going to use, no, I don't know where my tape is. Oh, here's a Post-it note. Boom. Okay. All right, that is sitting over there. And then next week I will also give away this card too. So we will have these two cards to give away next week. Yay is right. I love it when you guys congratulate each other. It is so endearing. Okay, the moment you have all been waiting for. Now, some of you guys saw these pages this weekend, but I didn't really talk about the story, or ish. Well, maybe I did. I don't remember. I was here for a very long time. No, very long time. Okay, so I did show you guys this Weekend Adventures scrapbook kit. Ooh. it's a scrapbook workshop is what they call it. And it comes with enough supplies to make these 6 layouts, or yeah, 2, 4, 6. And then also I used the leftover supplies and just added 2 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock and 1 piece of vanilla for mats, and made another set of pages. And then I still have parts and pieces left over. But let me talk to you about my thing. This is also from, I want to make my camera a little straighter. This is from camping Memorial Day weekend. So just a couple weekends ago. Okay, I think that's the back. Ooh, there's still some stickers left too. Okay, so here is the first set of pages. And we went camping at Governor Dodge State Park. Here it is right there. So I have a phone case that I can stand my camera up on. And so that's how we get pictures of us, even though there's nobody else taking our picture. But yeah, this is my camper, Lenny. He is a Coachman Leprechaun, 1998. And I think when I moved, hold on. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Woo! Okay. So I probably just explained all of this and you didn't hear me. Okay. Well, I was just saying this is Lenny. He's my 1998 Coachman Leprechaun. And then this is me making a card kit. And then this is Brian. So the smoke was getting in Brian's eyes and he was looking through his hat. So where they have the little ventilation holes in a hat, and then he had to hold his glasses up so he could see. We were playing Yahtzee. And then this was Sequence. So Brian and I go camping every single Memorial Day weekend for the past few years, just together. So here is another picture of us at our campsite playing Yahtzee. And then Sequence with some burgers on the grill. This is my absolute favorite chair. If you guys do not have one of these, I know they're kind of cumbersome, but they're an anti-gravity chair. Oh my gosh, just great. And then these are some of the animals that were around our site. So there's a little bunny there. Here's a very yellow bird, a squirrel, which you can hardly see on that tree, another bird. So that's page 1 or set 1. Now, I did kind of go over this just a little bit last week, but this is a little different. Like I moved this over. So this and split it up because I always want to put more pictures on a page. And this too, I moved over and then I could add these pictures down here. So just because like, you're like, oh, I would never just put 2 pictures on a page. Yeah, me neither. But sometimes maybe that's what we need. Okay. This is the next set of pages. So this kind of just, these are the pages that I made with the scraps. So I provided the 12 by 12 old olive background and then the very vanilla. So if you don't already know this, I am the driver when we go. Brian doesn't drive. He's driven a couple of times, but barely at all. This was a picture taken when we were traveling to the campsite because we got delayed, which I will tell you that story here in a moment. This was leaving the campsite actually, and you can just see, I love like being higher up in the camper and looking out, you just see so much more. This was inside our camper, so it's like Brian likes to read and I like to craft, so just something that we do together, but you know, better together. He could go sit someplace else and read or watch something, but just hanging out together. So you can kind of see like the couch is reupholstered and stuff here. And my vitamin water zero. These pictures here show we went to this Jumpin' Jupiter to get wood, and then they had this big black kitty. Oh my gosh. I, of course, needed to hug him. And this picture, it's not, I don't typically would put this in there, but I was going like, so my camera has this, my phone has this case, and this opens up and you can like stand it, right? This is also where I keep my cards and my ID. So I was going to put the phone on a stand and I accidentally took a picture of myself. So yeah, that's that. And then here is the story you guys have been waiting for. And I didn't print off a picture of the damage on our camper, but in Necedah, as we were driving, and this is right in town. So if you've ever been to the town of Necedah, you come into town, there's a Quick Trip on your right, there's the one stoplight there, and then you come kind of up a little bit because you're coming down and then you're going up a little bit and then around a corner. And this does have room to park on both sides, but if there's vehicles parked there, it's not like extremely wide. But nonetheless, these two girls were riding the horses next to each other. So let's find some props here. Oh, these are good props. So these are the horses riding towards me. And this is Lenny. And we are driving this way. And I come around the little bend and the vehicle in front of me veers out of the way because this horse, the ass end of this horse is coming in and she's trying to get him back in. So I try and swerve as much as I can. Mind you, there's traffic coming this way, right? Like there's oncoming traffic, so I can only move over as much as the oncoming traffic will allow me. Well, then she got her horse kind of under control and we were like here and then bam, right into the side of the camper all the way until about there. And then I ended up pulling down. So the horse hit, so our door is like right here. The passenger side is like right here, and that's the front. So it hit from like right in here all the way down to here to where our wheel well is. And let me tell you, I was so surprised that that horse was still standing. I couldn't believe it. The first thing I did, obviously, like after maneuvering to the side of the road, not in an intersection, because this is a 30-foot camper, you know, the girls were already walking the horses down towards us and apologizing and, you know, saying so sorry and this and that. And I, of course, asked them if they were okay, you know, because I just couldn't believe that that horse didn't buck or anything like that, especially like seeing the horse like, and oh my gosh. And I was braking, like I was trying to brake and maneuver out of the way. And it was just, but they were fine. And then I went and collected the crap out of the road because the wheel well came off. The piece for the wheel well came off. And there was just pieces, like, you know, just, it's an old camper. How much more can I say? But around And I don't think you can see it on, like here, right? If we're looking at my camper, around these, all of these the doors and the little things here, there's like a little bit of a metal, like, you know, to keep rain and stuff out. All of those were bent and dented. I really wish I could get closer for you, because you can't really see anything on here. It's a little picture. But so yeah, and of course the girls, like, they don't understand. And you know, they're like, oh, the one girl who owned the horses, because the other one was just a friend, the one that actually hit us, is like, oh, it doesn't look like much damage and this and that. And I was just so distraught. And so she called her dad, and he came down, and he was a total ass. There's nothing more to say about that. He was a total jerk, and I just wanted to get out of the whole situation. And at that point, I'm like, you know, we'll just fix whatever ourselves. Not that we should have to, but I just really didn't even want to deal with it at all. And the horse here, which you can kind of see in this picture, the horse is not standing on that back leg at all. Like, and it did have a laceration, so I don't know what ended up happening altogether. But I mean, you hit a camper, and they are just lucky. Let me tell you, they are so lucky that it was our camper and not a car or something like that, because that would have taken out, like, that would have taken out the legs in the back leg, instead of just like hitting it and like actually being a little stable. Or what if it was a semi? Like, that girl would have been dead. Like, I just couldn't imagine. So they are just darn lucky that they hit our camper and this and that. I do have the dad's information and stuff. So I don't know. I think I'm just better off just letting it be and dealing with it ourselves, because like even right now I'm getting a little anxious with it. And you guys know, like, I like my swear words, and he got upset that I said shit when I said I went and picked up the shit in the road after I made sure your daughters were okay. You know, and he's like, well, we don't need to be swearing. And I'm just like, you don't need to be condescending to me. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So anyways, let's move on. So that was that. Weekend started with a bang. Yeah, in Necedah, still 2 hours from our location. But look at these hiking things. And the next page is even better. So these were natural spring water wells. And we did go in it. This is a picture from the inside out. There was 2 of them. One that was more square, and then one that was more round. And then just like this field here, like I talked about cedar fever from Austin. This had all of these pretty flowers in it, and Brian's allergies were going nuts. And then this was part of the cove area that we walked down to. But just look at all these pretty flowers. Look at, here's a butterfly, and there's a bee on here. Look at that. Just some beautiful purple wild daisies. Okay, so these are the 2 pages that I created, and then the rest of this is the scrapbook that they created. But I did change it up, right? So this one here was this up and down picture, and then I made it bigger. It's a 5x7 picture. And this is what we were hiking to. It's called Stephen Falls. So this land was like owned by the Stevens. And yeah, there's more history. I'm not a history buff. I don't remember the stuff. But yeah, this was on one of the benches that we needed to sit on and rest, because I still had the cedar fever and then Brian's allergies. So but you can just see that layout is exactly as intended, with here and this being different. And then this one here, right? It is. This one here, the top part of the layout is the same. And then I just changed the bottom part so I could add 4 pictures instead of 2. So this just talks about Stephen Falls is formed by a natural spring. It's like 20 feet high. And it took us 3 hours to hike a little less than 6 miles up and down hills and through rock bed. But here's the stairs leading down to the falls. And then this was when I was propping up my phone. And it's just like, it depends on the day and the rain as to how much water comes down. This is one of the cliffs. So when we were hiking down to the falls, like literally, I'm standing on the cliff here. And this was in the bottom of the basin. Both of these were just beautiful rocks. Like if you've ever been to the Dells, this is just really, really awesome. Yeah, aren't these really cool? Okay, and then here's the last set of pages. So again, I just took the originals and moved them so that I could add more pictures in. So I added 4 pictures, these 2 and these 2. And this, they just had lovely trails. This was a trail around Cox Hollow Lake. This is the lake here. They have a dam right off to the side here. So this was day 2 of trails. And then I just loved how these, I don't know, are they mushrooms or what are these? Like moss, some type of moss was growing out of that tree or log. And then here, this is our sad face for steep hills and curves ahead. You can see one of these hills. Oh my gosh. This wasn't even the worst one. It was just, I like the way that the trees were and stuff. See the sun coming through the trees. And this one here with the ferns and the sun coming down. And then here's another tree with those, I don't know, whatever it's called coming through. Just so cute. And yeah, so definitely, you know, take a look at these scrapbook kits. Even if you're not a scrapbooker, you can do framed art. Like you could totally just put a frame around this and put it up on the wall. You know, if you have something special you want to make a nice memory for. But yeah, this is 2025, baby. I just couldn't get this out of my brain, and I just needed to enter it on the on the paper, right? But yeah, just there was something I was going to tell you guys, but now I don't remember what it was. Oh, I do remember. So somebody asked me about my photos. So here, right, it calls for a smaller photo. Actually, let me turn it to this one, because these photos are the size that the scrapbook page was calling for. So down here it says to gather all your photos, and 3x4 portrait, 3x4 landscape. So if you're doing 3x4 photos, what I recommend is to get, this is just at Walmart. So if it's other places like this, I don't know. But at Walmart, when you do a 4x6 photo, right? So this is 3 inches by 6 inches. When you do a 4x6, then you can do a 4x6 full photo true size. And what that will do, I wonder if I emptied my garbage. Shoot, nuggets. What that will do is it will print. So say this is 4x6. I know it's not, but it will print the photo full size in the inside, because our photos are actually a little bit shorter and a little bit wider than a 4x6. So when you're doing an actual 4x6, you have to like position it however you want it. And then I also do wallet size, because I want this whole photo. I don't want to cut out part of a photo. So I will do a wallet size. Walgreens is where I do mine, because our Walmart does not print good pictures. So I don't know. I know CVS also has different options for different sizes. When you print wallet sizes at Walgreens, though, it does give you 4 of the same picture. So if that bothers you, whatever, but you can usually get a deal on a code. But there's lots of different places to print pictures, so they might have different options, but that's just what I like to do, because I want more of my photo showing than more zoomed in and cut off, right? So, but when you're doing gosh, the regular size photos, which that's a 5x7. Oh, this one is a 4x6. That's the whole photo, and I just adjusted it to where I wanted it to be. So, okay. Well, I hope that helps. Love the small photos. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. I have had Walgreens reprint them one time too. So just so you know, that is an option if they're not printed good. But okay, well, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, if you haven't already liked, we are at 10 likes, it looks like. If you haven't already liked this video and commented that you like it, please still do that. Also, you can comment to get entered in to win these 2 cards. So you will want to make sure that you put a comment out there for star if you want to win this card. And then any comment will get you in to win this one, because that's how I roll. But let me know if you have any questions on the BOGO sale. Let me know if you are thinking about coming to the bingo event, because that registration is due in a couple of days. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys. So I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and I will see some of you tomorrow. Bye-bye.